Hello. Today is the 28th of July and I want to say a few words about the ongoing maintenance of cucumber plants. If you saw my video 72, you'll remember this frame and what I described in that video about planting seeds in what I call the pot in the ground technique. Here we've got some climbing French beans. There's a few runners come over from the other side. There we've got the cucumbers I'll talk about in a minute, and on the other side of the frame I've got some runner beans and squashes. These are Burpless Tasty Green outdoor cucumbers, and I want to talk about the pruning of the plants as they grow. You don't need to do what I'm just going to explain, because cucumbers are a bit like tomatoes in that if you just leave them to do their own thing, they will still produce quite adequate fruits. They're not like aubergines or peppers where you do need to thin the fruits to make sure you get reasonably sized ones remaining. But I think it's normal to do a little bit of trimming on cucumber plants, perhaps to keep them tidy. This is the main stem, and the technique that's frequently used is to have all the cucumbers that you intend to harvest coming from the main stem. Now, if you look here, we have a node. A node is where one of these sort of leaf branches comes off, and in the node there's the same sorts of things. You have these tendrils which the cucumber plant uses to grab hold of things. You still need to tie them up, they're not completely self-sufficient, but it does hold things in fairly well. You've got the cucumber coming, you can see there's the flower and there's the cucumber, and you've also got a little growth down here which will eventually turn into a side branch from which other cucumbers would grow, and it's that tends to be removed. I'm going to pick that out now, so side growth won't come up. The main shoot will continue to come up, put out branches, have nodes, but the cucumbers will all form off of the main stem. So what we've got then is the node, we've got the cucumber, we've got the tendril, and we've got the leaf coming off, and that's what we want. Sometimes you get an extra cucumber growing in the node. I tend to take those off, so I'm looking, when I go over all this again in a minute, to have a situation where I've got a tendril, a leaf and a cucumber coming out at the nodes, and hopefully then that will develop into a nice cucumber. Well, as ever, I hope you found something useful or interesting in this video, and now here's a cucumber to form part of lunch.